All right, I'm making this video for you because a lot of coaches have been asking me for help about TeamBuildr, and I want to help out. And I was in your same spot. So I don't know when you're watching this, but in 2019, I was getting TeamBuildr at Towson. And we got TeamBuildr at Towson because the administration thought if we got TeamBuildr, this is all stemming based off of the Jordan McNair death at Maryland. And the administration wrongly thought, they're like, oh, if the players are doing this is going to CYA and prove that they accepted the training and now they can't sue us. And say, I guess you could say that, but that is a wrong reason to get TeamBuildr. But they were like, this is why. And then when I brought it up to them, like, wait a minute, the players are not opting in and saying, oh, I completed this sprint or every conditioning rep. They're not hitting that. That's neither here nor there. We got it, and that's why. And the admin got it because they thought that. Either maybe that's how you can trick your admin into getting TeamBuildr. And if you want, go that angle. If you need help getting the funding for it, there's a link right down below talking about the grant application proposal that they put together for you. So if that's a route you want to go, try it that way. If there's a ton of different ways, reach out to the folks at TeamBuildr. They'll help you with it. I didn't have to deal with any of that. I also had a connection because Joe Alexander, my former assistant, knew Hewitt and had that relationship. So we were able to get it in. It was really easy. I'm saying all of this because I was apprehensive using TeamBuildr at first. I came from the University of Iowa where we had awesome lift cards. You see them right over there. And then I realized that those were great at Iowa when I was one of 6 coaches working with 120 athletes, but it wasn't very useful when I had 100 athletes and it was just me and Joe, or if it was just me and the softball team. So I realized that I needed a lift card that had multiple weeks on it. Yes, we had those at Harvard. I didn't really like the way that was done. And then DeMarco showed me this lift card right here, which had the print batch button. And that was huge because I could designate people hit print based off of the batch. And that was huge. And I'm like, man, I'm nervous. I get it if you're nervous, but at this point, I can't go back. And I can't go back because of all the time and effort that I've learned. I want to share with you my screen. Now, this is my personal account that I have with like my athletes, my remote athletes and my in-person athletes. If you need to have yours, you're going to do whatever you're going to do. I'll use rather than let's go with DeMarcus. I've been using yours all this time. So one of the best parts about it is, when the athlete, like you're programming, this is what on the back end. And you can then copy this entire thing. So let me just copy this one day. I can copy this one day, place it whenever I want. So if you're like, oh, hey, we need to do this training session again on Monday, cool. I can copy the tile, copy the workouts, and I want to copy it for DeMarcus, D-E, Marcus. Boom, really easy. If I wanted to copy it for other people, I'd click on their name, and it would copy for them too. So now DeMarcus has the same thing here. You're like, okay, that's great. I want to copy the whole week. I could go from copy, date range, 5, 6, paste it here, Marcus, and then now everything is there. Okay. Boom. Now you might be like, all right, how does this matter? The reason this matters is what I would do for the football team is I would start with like our normal program, and I click down below for the video on how I programmed in terms of looking at the calendar and all of that. But what I would do is now when I'm at TeamBuildr, I would program the middle of the road program. So for our refined athletes, and then when I was going to make changes and regress things or changes and progress things, I would copy the whole phase. So let's say the phase started on the 28th. I'd go copy, date range from the 28th, and I would go to the 23rd, and I wanted it to start on the 4th as well, and I wanted it for Omar. Cool. I'm going to hit copy. Okay. Now when I go to Omar, boom, here we go. So now it showed up when I wanted it to. All right, and so he's got barbell RDL. We're going up in weight on all of them, right? Let's say I want to change it because Omar he's not as good and he needs dumbbells instead. So I'll go dumbbell RDL. I want everything else to stay the same. So we're going to change the exercise. We're not going to update all settings. We're just going to change the name, right? Oops, I got to actually type in the exercise. So that came up because I didn't have the exercise selected. Now the exercise is selected. And look, dumbbell RDL has been changed. Let's say Omar also, all right, Omar's not going to back squat. He's going to front squat. You're going to get the point. I hit this, apply it. Now guess what? Omar's dumbbell RDLing. And that I changed his exercise to hack squats. That's why it didn't replace it there. Let's see, lateral lunge. So lateral lunge stays consistent. All right, we want him to do, he's a younger guy. I need to teach him to move. So we're going to go eccentric, lateral lunge, update all counts. So then on the 26. All right, you get the point. So now you can you program for one, you copy it, change it on the regressed version, and your sets and reps can stay the same. Makes your life so much easier. You do the same thing for the progressed version. Now, what the athletes see, weight room view, when they're in here. So if this right here is what it would look like if you had the iPad, because it's a lot bigger, right? So you have your iPad at the rack. You can then choose 1 athlete, 2 athletes, or 4 athletes at the racks. So let's say I had DeMarcus, same 2 athletes, DeMarcus and Omar. Omar's doesn't start till the 19th. All right, so Omar's got his dumbbell RDL. DeMarcus, that went all the way back to the 28th. So now DeMarcus had his barbell RDL. DeMarcus is back squatting. Omar's front squatting, right? See how it all works there? Then it also works on your phone. So when I have my athletes on the phone, if I pull up my TeamBuildr app here, now I just select whatever athlete. So now I'm in here. This is on my TeamBuildr account for Goldfinch, the private sector gym I'm at. That's where you can collapse. So you see all these here. The default on my setting is for it to be open. If you close it, right, this is a good way just to block up the training with your athletes so that way they can see things. See? You see why I love having this app? As I told you, I have this not only for myself, but the high school, right? And so let's log out of this. And then let me log in with this one. Jag Coach. So here, this is the high school that I train at, right? See? Centennial High School. See that logo right there? If I log out, let's go to Strength Coach Network. So on my Strength Coach Network account, this has Goldfinch. That right there, Goldfinch. So I'm telling you, I have it in my personal business. I have it at the high school that I volunteer at, and I have it at the private sector gym when I'm coaching those athletes, not my private sector athletes that I'm training there. So like I'm telling you, I get it, right? You can see that right up in that corner there. You see it. I'm telling you, I understand the apprehension where you're like, oh, I don't know if it's like, I'm telling you, the switch is worth it because you saw in real time if an athlete has an injury and you need to switch something. Let's say DeMarcus hurt himself if we were on the field doing speed work, because I wouldn't put speed work in their lift. That was just a separate document that I'd have, my staff and I would have. I'd share it with the athletic trainer so everybody knew what was going on, but it wasn't in his workout. Then if the ATs or if there's an injury, you can pull it up, change it before you even get into the weight room. And that's one of the things that I actually really, because on those 4-week lift cards, let's say somebody gets hurt in week 2, but not week 3 and 4. Now, if you crossed off an exercise, you have to be like, wait a minute, that was only for the injury this week. And I guess you could write it in the week 2, but now you just got an ugly looking lift card versus having your iPad. I got my iPad right here. I was charging it. I have the Mob Anchor. You all have seen it. I'll give a picture. It's right there of when I attach it to the rack. I frequently post it. But here on your iPad, your TeamBuildr, give it a second to open up because this is a 5th generation iPad that I bought in 2017. And yes, it still works. But when you have it open it up, what I like to do, the way that you have the weight room view saved, this is actually going to work out perfectly. So from your browser, what you do is you hit the upper right-hand corner, and then you can just save that to your home screen. From here, I log in. I'm going to touch with my finger, get it logged in, get logged in, touch it again. So now I'm signed in. You have your iPads at the rack. You're going to get what you pay for on the iPads. If you cheap it and don't get good iPads, you're not going to have the ability to see everything. But same premise, just like you saw on the screen. If I want 2 athletes, I hit the 2. If I want 4 athletes, now I got the 4 athletes. If you have any questions, reach out to us. You can email us at service@strengthcoachnetwork.com. One of our team members will reach out. They'll help you. They might send it to me, but we will help you out with it. You can also reach out to the team at TeamBuildr down below by clicking the link. Appreciate y'all. Let me know if you need help with anything else. Later.